Now we don't waste much time. So welcome to Appleton Private University, UK, Spain, and Yes You Can International Academic Global Online Diploma Masterclass. So we've started the journey since May, and it's 3 months program. And we use Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for our Global Online Diploma Masterclass. Mindset, personal development, emotional intelligence and management, artificial intelligence, where we have 2 speakers, financial intelligence, and leadership and management. So these are the modules that we are covering for this particular diploma. So
Dear God, we came to you in prayer with a humble heart. Please guide us and give us strength as we navigate through this day. Help us to be a vessel of your love and kindness to make a positive impact in the world.
May your presence be with me always, and may I always strive to do your will. Thank you for your blessings and for the gift of life. Amen.
everyone for joining us today, the 13th of June 2025, as we continue with our Global Online Diploma Masterclass. We've started very well since May, and we are in the middle of our training, and hopefully by God's grace we'll be finish up the masterclass in July, while we all come together to celebrate our achievement on the 2nd of August 2025. And we are covering these modules on mindset, personal development, artificial intelligence, financial intelligence, and also leadership and management. So, may I remind you as well with our very special information for this Global Online Diploma Masterclass. This is 3 months global online diploma masterclass. Duration for each teachers will be 1 hour 30 minutes, but some of them are finished earlier or later. So our first one is 10 o'clock till 11:30. The second one is 11:30 to 11:30 to 1 p.m. And then the last one is 1 p.m. to 2:30 UK time. But attendance, involvement, and also um, attendance, involvement, and punctuality is very, very important, because this is what we're going to consider, including the assignments. Assignment, that's what we're going to consider as 80%. And as you acquire that 80%, you'll be able to get the diploma certificate, which will be issued during the global graduation on the 2nd of August. Okay, so this morning we have 3 lecturers. The first one that is going to join us in 5 minutes, it's Mr. Olaniyi Odukoya, and he will continue where he stopped, even though his own section is on Wednesday. But because he couldn't make it, and also he sent the video, but the video wasn't complete, so that's why he has offered to join us this morning to continue where he stopped on financial intelligence, which is very, very interesting. And then we've already released the assignment, so I believe that you can get it on YYCI.academy. I mean YYCI Academy on WhatsApp. So please, if you are not on that WhatsApp, please, and if you are on that WhatsApp, always follow all our updated information. Is very, very important. Okay, so that is the video that was it. And then after that, we're going to have Professor Dr. Suprata Chattapati from India, and he will also continue his interesting topic on artificial intelligence. Last week he gave us this assignment, and only 2 people have done the assignment. Please, I mean, we are up to 15 doing this course. And this assignment is so practical, because if you are talking about artificial intelligence, then be ready to take some action. And this particular application that he's sending us the information or the assignment on, when you open it, you can also do their own 4 lessons. I mean, 4 training courses there. And guess what? That will also give you another extra certificate. So that is the more reason. I mean, if you do the part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, so that means they will give you they will send it to you automatic when you finish the course. They will give you 4 certificates from that application. So why not, and if not, to gain the understanding and also to use that application for your assignment. And you can use it for any assignment, because it's going to help you to know the topic, to know how to go about it, and also to address the issue and bring out the solution. So, and I think this is one of the best application when we are talking about artificial intelligence. So please, if you still need questions on that, I mean, if you still need some clarification on that, please visit the Y.Y.C.I academic WhatsApp, or ask me direct. I can even send the questions to you again. So please, all these assignments is for us to gain better understanding, so that by the time we finish the qualification, finish the program, you will be able to gain the knowledge and gain the practical aspect of it, gain better understanding, and you'll be able to apply it to your business, to your studies, to your career, and every other thing. Very, very important. So he'll be joining us. The third person that will be joining us today, even though she might not be here physically, but she has sent her notes, PDF, and also assignment on emotional management. That is Professor Dr. Patricia Gonde, because She's being called on because she's also a leader in education sector in Zimbabwe. So she's been called on this morning to come and have some series of meetings. But she has sent our own products for us to learn from. Okay, so we'll be waiting for three of them. I believe that yes, Mr. Olaniyi will be joining us very soon. So one other things that I would like to quickly share with you before they arrive is this, that we also have several lecturers that are joining us. So please, for example, Dr. Patricia Mugega from India will always be teaching us on another artificial intelligence. So you can see how important it is for us to gain more better knowledge on artificial intelligence. So he will be coming in on Monday. He's already sent his assignment. So I think I have posted the assignment and the note. If not, I will do it again today. You have weekends to do it. The good part of it is that we are not stressing any one of you. So that means take your time to do the assignment. If you cannot submit it on time, just keep doing it until you get it and then you send it to us. The most important thing is that all the assignments must be submitted before the ending of July. It's very, very important. But please gain better understanding and join us regularly on this. And then we have Mr. Dr. King David also will be joining us on Monday. Dr. Patricia will be joining us on Monday, and Dr. King will be joining us also on Monday on leadership and management. He has sent his assignment. So his assignment is now 3 assignments for Dr. King. So I believe that we are working towards those assignments. And then we have myself. I've only given you 1 assignment. And I'm still expecting others to submit their assignment because we've started combining mindset and personal development, which I started on Wednesday, I think. So, and the next assignment will be coming up very shortly, probably over the weekend, and you can get the assignment on Monday. So with that, I mean, my only section will be mindset and personal development. And then we have Professor Reverend Akpabio. His own assignment as well has been sent together with his note. Okay, so please, before Wednesday, the next time he's teaching us, I think is on Wednesday the 18th, please submit your assignment. All the assignment again will be combined together and sent fully to the WhatsApp Y.Y.C.I Academy so that you will know which one you have missed out in the assignment. So, and then we have Mrs. Professor Dr. Mary. Yes, she's not been around, but she will be around on Monday, the 23rd of June, and also Wednesday, the 25th of June, to continue where she started, but where she stopped. But all our assignments so far, please submit them as soon as possible. It's very important. So that is what we're going to do today. But before then, let me also remind you again about our latest book. And presently, we are doing sales on Amazon. This book, the King book and the e-book is $20. But presently this week is 99p. That means less than $1. So grab it, pay their money, then they will send the link for you to download. And if you want the paper print, initial price is $60 USA dollars. But if you buy it during this week or during this time of promotion, you can get it for $37. It's a massive book. It's a mega book that comprises of 108 world leaders. that has contributed to this book and forwarded by the former mayor of Buckingham Dagenham, Essex, UK, Chancellor Peter Chan. So that is more reason why we need to have that book. So it's still going on. So please grab your copy and encourage others as well to get their copy. Right. And then we have series of books written by myself and other members of Y.Y.C.I. And you can get all those books on Amazon as well. I think on this note, I think our lecturer is here now to continue where he stops. So let us quickly welcome, let us quickly welcome um, Mr. Olaniyi Odukoya. He has masters in finance and masters in finance and working towards his PhD in finance, and he's also a financial intelligence expert and coach. So join me in welcoming Mr. Olaniyi Odukoya to continue where he stops. You are welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I believe I'm loud and clear now.
Yes, apart from the noise at the background.
Please, maybe they'll bear with me. The light was off. I had to put on the generator.
Okay. Continue.
I had to put on the generator.
That's
all
okay.
right. Please bear with me. Today, we're talking on financial intelligence. And we have looked at, in our previous lecture, we look at financial intelligence. We talk about the foundation of financial intelligence, where we were able to come out with financial literacy as part of the monetary landscape for financial intelligence. And we also look at, we must have ability, you must have knowledge about the real world situation that we're in. We must be conversant about finance as well. That our financial awareness must be very high, so that it will help us to be able to recognize how our emotion or biasness or our physical, psychological tendency can influence our financial decision. And I talked about active mind, that we must think ahead, don't just allow things to take you by surprise. While our second lecture, we look at how to gain skill to master your fund. How do we gain skill to master our fund? There we talk about you need to educate yourself continuously. A life without education, a life without knowledge, a life without receiving new information or updates is not a life that is worth living. We must not be outdated. We must not be obsolete in terms of our knowledge. Things are changing rapidly these days. And because of that, we must ensure that we are recent. I want to use that word. We are recent, we are current with the happenings and technologies and how things are supposed to be done. Now, today, we'll look at how to gain skill to master your fund. How do you gain skill to master our fund? I think we looked at this the other time, and we had an assignment that some of us did, which I responded to. But for the lecture for today, how to walk through budgeting. How to walk through budgeting. Now, when we say we are gaining skill to master our finance, after acquiring those skills that enable us to master our finance, then how do you bring the aspect of budgeting into your finance? Now, budgeting is just the ability for you to put in place expected expenditure or even expected income, and you are distributing it on how you want to spend it, not going to impromptu spending. That is just a layman definition of budgeting. Of course, there could be so many types of budgeting. Let me take it one after the other. Now, in budgeting, it is always good that you have a saving potential You must cultivate that attitude that's of saving from whatever is your income that you are earning. So when you want to walk through budgeting, saving is key. You must possess that ability to save. Then investing, there must be need for you to invest. You don't just budget without having expected returns on investment. You must have that at the back of your mind. If you can save and you can invest, then the aspect of multiplying your wealth will not be difficult. But where an individual finds it to discipline himself or herself in terms of saving, if all your income, if total income is equal to total disposable income, then that person is not ready to make an impact, is not ready to develop financially. Your total income must not be equal to your total disposable income. Disposable income is just the money that you have left that you can spend, that you can use to take care of your needs and your wants. I have differentiated the other time the difference between needs and wants. Needs you cannot do without. I gave an example of we cannot walk naked, so it is a need that we put on clothes. Why want? I can the type of clothes I put on could be a want. If I want to wear expensive clothes, that becomes a want, because there could be other clothes you can get that are not that expensive. As long as you cover your nakedness, you have met the needs that you're supposed to have. So in multiplying our wealth, even this financial intelligence in terms of our funds, the long and short of the whole thing is that it will enable us to be able to multiply our wealth. And where we cannot even multiply, the little we have, we will optimize. I think the word, we optimize it, we use it to the barest, to the best of our ability, not just engaging in impromptu spending. So this budgeting is a practical application of financial intelligence. It's just the practical application of financial intelligence. You cannot be financially intelligent without being conscious of budgeting principle. You have to budget before you spend in order to manage your fund. If you have X and X pounds or dollars, you must know what will take you through a week, even a month, so that you can now apportion it into the various expenses on your way. Of course, we are aware there could be some unbudgeted or unbudgeted expenses that will come in the process of you carrying out one or two things, even going to work. The countries you might even be going along the road, maybe your car developed one or two faults, you need to fix it, you didn't plan for it. So such expenses, you must make provision for those kind of expenses. Now, I want to look at budgeting as your financial roadmap. Budgeting as your financial roadmap. I earlier explained that when you say roadmap, we're referring to something that gives a direction wherever you are going, even if you have not been there before. As long as you look at the roadmap, you can be navigating your way. Some of us make use of Google map or so to locate wherever we're going. It's just a road map. We're now saying that in financial intelligence, budgeting is the major road map. Now, it is a plan for how you will spend and save your money. This financial roadmap that I'm referring to has to do majorly with your own plan of how you want to spend, how you want to save your money over a specific period of time. How do you want to save it? Do you want to be earning income and just be spending it anyhow? I remember I break down the income the other time, that whatever money comes into our hands, we can look it from two major perspectives. Number one, from your earned income and the unearned income. The earned income, the one you work, you labor for, the one you sweat for, that is your earned income. While the unearned are those income that accrue to you as a result of your investment. And I will let us know that it's always good we have both earned and unearned. Better still, if you have unearned income, then you can relax more. You don't do much stress. And one good thing is that before you get to the level of surviving based on your unearned income, you must have passed through the earned income. So we need to balance these two aspects. Now, so why do we have to budget? Why are we saying we must budget? It's not my money. Can't I spend it anyhow, anytime I like? Why do we have to budget? When the major reason we budget is that budgeting will give you control over that fund that you have. It gives you power. It gives you the enablement for you to be able to decide what you do with whatever fund is in your hand or money you are making or generating or your business is making. If you are a business owner like me and you have workers working for you, and in the course of the month, there are a lot of sales, monies are just coming in, and you are not conscious rather, that you need to make plan for the salaries of your workers, then you are going to run into problem at the end of the month. The mere fact that sales is just coming in does not mean you should invest all the sales or all the revenue that is coming in. So the budgeting aspect will give us control. It enables us to be able to highlight even problem areas. There is no person in life that does not have one or two challenges or problem areas. Some of us, our challenges are good challenges. When I mean good challenges, you are doing well, but you are having problem of decision making. You don't know where to invest your money. You could even have surplus capital or fund. It could now be a challenge for you to invest. Maybe you make an attempt in investing in a company, and at the end of the day, the company liquidate or close down, and you lost a lot of money. It's a problem. Those are problem area, and you need to ensure that you make use of your fund in such a way that your fund you allocate it towards a specific goals. The fund you are having in your hand, you must be able to allocate it. You apportion it towards a particular investment, especially the one that you feel is going to yield you much more income. The accounting world will tell you that every good business must be a going concern. When we say going concern, we are saying that the business must be such that is able to survive on its own for a foreseeable future. And that is made possible through budgeting and proper control management. That is made possible. So we must know that budgeting plays a major role in our life. Take yourself as an example. Let's even look at yesterday. We thank God all of us were alive yesterday. Look at when you woke up in the morning. Let's x-ray all your activities of the day. Look at how much left your hand or your bank or your pocket. Look at how you are able to apportion it. All these are what we are referring to. If you have $1,000 in your hand and you are not able to judiciously utilize it, before you know, you run out of cash. Someone else might even have $600 and might live a better life than you that have $5,000 because of lack of adequate planning and because of impromptu spending. Everything in life, nobody that does not want good thing in life. So if you want to get all the good things in life, with all as monies are coming in, then you are going to run into problem. It must be calculated risk that we should take as a business owner, as an individual. Don't just spend money anyhow. That is what we are trying to establish here, that budgeting is a landmark or landscape for achieving our financial intelligence. So the major reason why we need to budget our finance and not spend impromptu is that to give us control over our what we spend and what we save from that money that we are receiving or generating either from earn or earn income for a specific period of time. And you need to know that in life, everything is not constant. You can experience growth for a particular time. There could be downtown, not necessarily that there is a problem in the organization. It could be as a result of government policy. Wherever you are situated, they can adjust just a little thing, and before you know it will have an impact. I'll give you a good example. Let me even use Nigeria as an example. There's a new tax reform that is going on now, and it's on the table of the president for him to give his assent. If the assent is now given, it's going to affect a lot of business. So if you're a businessman and you are not proactive, you are not thinking ahead, you are not current, you are outdated, you are not updating your knowledge, you are going to be caught in the web. You are going to be caught unawares, and before you say Jack Robinson, you discover that your business begin to go down. So how do we ensure that budgeting become part of our life? It is by practice. Don't say, after my money. Whatever you are doing every day, take account. Budgeting does not necessarily have to do with finance. It's not only monetary something that we budget. Most of the time we hear budgeting, we're always thinking of money, 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 money. Not only money. You can budget your time. You can budget your program. Okay, why is it that you go for a ceremony program, a wedding program, or naming or whatever program? They have the order of the day. They have program. They tell you maybe the first thing is opening prayer, whatever you, and they organize their time because they don't want to exceed the stipulated time. And some of those halls, they are time bound. If you take a hall for 30 minutes and you use 1 hour, you are bound to pay extra. So budgeting does not only have to do with fund or money. You can budget anything. You can budget how you want your visit to someone. You can budget when you want to go for realization and all that. Now, look at, I have narrowed down the method. What kind of method should I adopt in my budgeting strategy? Now, it is generally accepted that at least whatever comes into your hand as income or revenue, you must be able to save minimum under whatever circumstances, 20%, but better still, 30% is okay. You must be able to save minimum of 20%. If you are on this loop, you do not even have savings now. In fact, take an history of yourself in a minute now. All these years from January, I've been working, I've been struggling of what do I have as my saving? Do you have a saving? Ask yourself that question. What if something urgent, emergency, just happen now? People see you, you leave the house in the morning, you come back. Do you have a saving? Ask yourself that question. Answer it in your mind. Now, if your answer is no, then you need to hop up your game. You need to adjust yourself.
Sorry, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me up to now?
Oh, yes, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. Continue.
Okay. Now, if you need a little, they can't give assistance, then it's not okay. Now, let me just, number one, we can make use of 50-30-20 rules. What do I mean 50-30-20 rule? Your 50% you go for your needs, what you cannot do without. What is essential to keep you running or to keep your business moving, to make your life worth living. Food, clothes, shelter, even medication and all the rest. They're important. Allocate 50% to your needs. Some will believe that 30% can go to wants. Yes, at times there are some wants that are important, and there are some wants that you can do without. There's some one that will just raise up their ugly head and you cannot do without unless you need to. You have to respond to it. Then let 20% go for your savings, or you make your saving 30% and the wants come to 20%. Vice versa can work. Now, and I need to let us know that the savings we're referring to here It's better for those on paid employment. The saving is better when it's deducted directly from your take home. It's better because by the time the money gets into your account, sometimes saving becomes so difficult. Now, it's better if you have a standing order in the bank that anytime that I have X and X amount of a certain percentage should go to my savings account. You can make such arrangements as a way of disciplining yourself. Now, debt repayment. Of course, if most organizations, they finance their organization through debt, but your debt and equity, you must be able to balance it. If I do a program or I want to expand my business, I purchase or I rent a new hall or a new place for my business or even school, and you need to put on structure there. And I know I don't have the finance, I can go for facility from the bank. My repayment of such facilities like savings, because I've already obtained the money in advance to do business. But you don't take a loan to don't take a loan for burial for no. When you go into facility, you take it because of you want to invest. So that should be taken note of. So that is then we have what we call the zero-based budgeting system. Zero-based budgeting system. So that is also it makes you give account. Or let me put it this way: the zero-based is that you assign every dollar to a particular item or job. Every money you have, to allocate it to a particular thing. From the least currency, you just apportion it. It is not everything you need that is expensive. There are some that are, let's take even the paste. Some of you need paste, you can allocate look at of usage. How many do you use in a month? Do you finish one? But look at that. These are zero-based system. Then we have what we call envelope system. And this envelope system is usually for those that play with cash or have cash. Most of the time, the cash is coming into your hand. And if you feel you cannot spend it, then you can put it in an envelope. You can have like a safe in your house. It's the same thing as having a separate place you keep it, unless you cannot find other means of solution before you get there. So that is the envelope system. Then I also want to let us know that there are some apps of software that can help us. Is that they even have a lot of trial version online. If you Google it and just put budgeting app software, it will give you a lot. You can have the YNAB, you have the Mint, then you have the personal capital. There are a lot of them. Whichever one you download, they have it built in such a way that if you put your total income there, it will spread it. It will break it down for you, and that's you can now follow it. It's just like a woman monitoring her menstrual cycle. There are a lot of apps that can do that. Same thing with this budgeting app. So we need to know that budgeting is very sacrosanct when we talk of financial intelligence. I must tell us now that there are key principles that we need to take cognizance of now. Apart from budgeting, or if you want our budgeting to be effective, we must consider these four key principles. Number one, you as yourself, you must be realistic. You must be realistic as an individual. Don't create an unachievable budget for yourself. Don't create an unachievable budget for yourself. You know what your income is, you know what your expectations are, then work within your income. In fact, one of the richest men in Africa before, Abiola, before he died, always, when people have been saying, you cut your coat according to your size, he said, no, you don't cut it according to your size, you cut it according to your material. The material you have will determine either you want to sew long sleeve or short sleeve. So your budgeting must be realistic. Be realistic as a person. Then that is number one principle. Number two, be consistent. Stick to your budget. Be consistent. There will be, of course, we are not perfect. The first month, you might say, this is, I want to spend, if I'm earning $1,000 now, I say I want to spend $500 for my needs. And you now discover that at the end of the month, when you look at your record, you have spent $600. Don't be discouraged. Next month, still try and cut down some other expenses. Just be consistent until you achieve that your budget target. Then number three, you must be flexible. Life itself is flexible. Some things, I will use the word, life happen to people. Anything can happen at any time. Nobody is infallible. Nobody knows it all. So adjust your budget when the needs arise. Just be flexible. Yes, I said I'm going to spend $500 this month. Along the line, maybe one of relative or something happened and you needed to contribute. Don't say, no, I'm a financial intelligent person. No, I cannot bend. No. You must be flexible because at times we stand for each other. So if occasion warrants it, be flexible and don't carry everybody's problem on your head. One good thing is that even if you don't help them, they will still find a way around it. They won't die. They may find that somebody say, I need money, is begging you. If you did not give that person will not die. If he will die, he will still die if you give him that money. So you must do your bit, assist to the best of your ability, and be flexible in your reasoning. And the last one, which we have always said, I don't think any topic I have taken, any subtopic that we didn't talk about it. Trace everything. You must trace every fund that you have. Any money that comes into your hand, don't say something is too small. If you notice a deduction from your bank, no matter how little it is, ask questions. Have an inquisitive mind. That is what we refer to as professional skepticism. Probe matter to final conclusion. Prove it. Investigate what is happening. So don't just conclude that they've started again. That is how they do in the bank. If they take little and you don't complain, by the time they will take huge amount, then it's going to meet you by surprise. Then I want to look into the aspect of savings. Savings. We must build our financial safety nets. When you say we build your financial safety net and future, it is only saving that can ensure that. Anything that you call safety net, it is the point at which no matter what happens, you have a succor, you have a shock absorber, let me use that word. No matter what happens, even impromptu, your financial safety net will serve as a shock absorber for you. And that is the essence of saving when it comes to financial intelligence. Why do we have to save? Why don't I just spend everything? Most of the time, savings is for your own personal benefits. That's number one. It's for your personal benefits because when you save, you are confident to a certain extent because you know you can pull from your savings and do one or two things that you need to do. Then for emergency purposes or fund, you save for emergency fund. You don't know everything. Then sometimes you can even save for short-time goals. When you talk of short-time goals, maybe you want to go on vacation, there is maybe down payment, you want to purchase a car, you want to pay instrumentally, you can run through savings. I don't think the bulk of the money at once that will now affect you and possibly will lead to depression, thinking before you know, all manners of sickness will now come over that person. Then that is for short-time goals. So other short-time goals we have for vacation or for hire purchase or whatever, or mortgage. Then the long-time goal is for majorly for retirement. You save for your retirement, your children education. It's even for home ownership and depending on the part of the world that you are in. So savings will help you plan for your retirement. If you are working today, you are agile, you are active, a time will come, old age will set in. And when that old age sets in, what can you do? You might, even your knowledge, that gave me this and that, maybe at that time, the knowledge will be outdated. There are latest information that because of it, you're unable to update yourself. So, but your savings will still put you through. Then finally, under saving, we have the saving strategy. Now, this saving strategy, it varies from time to time. But the best thing, just like I said, is get a use of automatic savings. Don't allow the fund to come into your hand. If it's going through the bank, you can have the handling order. But when you are in this person, there are some of us, if we have a saving for a particular purpose, no matter what happens, we don't encroach, we don't go to the fund until we achieve that purpose. But when you feel that sympathy is always there, and you feel that you can put your savings on a fixed time so that you don't even have access to withdraw it until when that period that you need it comes. And another means of saving, which is also very good and very effective, is your expenses. Cutting of expenses is also a means of saving. You need to cut your expenses. If you eat too much, you go to parties a lot, you go to clubs, you do a lot of things, you cut down some areas that you feel is eating up your fund. So all these will also is a form, all these are also forms of savings. But before you can cut down these expenses, you must be able to identify those areas that you feel that can lead to a reduction in your spending. And when there is a reduction in spending, the best thing is for you to redirect that money to savings. It's one thing for reduction in a particular area and you are now taking it to another area. No. When you get a savings as a reduction in particular expenses, then direct it to savings so that it will be useful for you in future. Then you can have increased income. There is nobody that should depend. In fact, I used to tell my people over here that it is a criminal act for you to have one source of income. It is a criminal act for you to have one source of income. You are doing yourself injustice. You are doing yourself discomfort for you to have just one source of income. Of all the technology we have in the world, why are you depending on that paid salary alone? Why don't you look for something you can do at the comfort of your home? There are a lot of things that are done with just your Android phone or your iPhone or whatever at the comfort of your home that will only take maybe some few hours or minutes, which you can do at your convenience, and you'll be making plus or minus, you're making muscle fun. I'm talking about work that you can a lot of steps and you just contribute your own quota to whatever you're doing. Some research sites, some maybe online sales and marketing. There are a lot of things that you can research into, and you can be earning as little to support from your normal work. You must look for ways to earn more. You must look for ways to get additional income. Very, very important. Then you must pay yourself. Please, this is very important, especially for business owners. At times, you forget to set aside money for yourself because without at will plan is my money and it's you. Don't pay yourself from that company that you hold. Don't pump in, don't just be taking money anyhow because your company is doing well. Place yourself on the salary. Try and manage that salary. Now, of course, the initial money, because you have been spending living so large, you might not be able to maintain it that month. Gradually, you're disciplining yourself to live within that your source of income. So with time, you get over it and you see that it's going to enable you to expand. It's going to enable you to be focused. So paying oneself as a business owner is very good, but it takes a lot of discipline and self-control because you are the one that has the checks, you can do the transfer and all those stuff. So please, we must learn to pay ourselves. Then where to save? Where do we save? When you are saving, you can save by just getting involved in a high yielding saving account. Don't go and save in an account that they will be deducting from the little you are saving. So, and these bankers, if you are not specific, they won't tell you. They'll say, saving account. You need to ask them, is it an interest account? What are the liquidity of this account? What are the contents? How is it operated? Ask them. Let them give you the breakdown so that you know if you have X and X naira, are they going to deduct? If I leave my money for a specific period of time, is there going to be a plus? All these things you must ask. And usually it's always good that we put our money in an account that will earn more interest than the traditional account. The traditional account is the account that every other person open, while the untraditional one is the one that is meant for a specific purpose. I need a saving account. I want the saving account that no deduction will be in my account. Rather, money will be flowing in. So all this we need to know about. Then we can also save in the money market account. Now, when we talk of money markets, it's an open market. And sometimes they offer slightly higher rates of interest than even that savings account. Look around wherever you are, meet your brokers, your investors, your expert over there. Ask for where can I venture into the fund, and also look at your papers, look at the daily index so that you know how the company is faring. Don't just go and put your money somewhere, you hard earned money, and you are now having challenges. And I want to also note that there is no compensation at all in the world today that you cannot get one or two information on via Google. If you Google it, you get one or two things about them. Even this, our Yes You Can International, go online. If you write Yes You Can International, you see their profile. You look at those that constitute their board. You look at their activities. You look at what they are doing. You will be able to, on your own, you research on them and you make an informed decision on them. Same thing you can do with a lot of organizations. I want to put a challenge to everyone now, including my queen now. I want to ask every one of us a question. Now, in terms of investment, a lot of us, we are contributing to the wealth of other organizations. Why some of us don't know? It's affecting me that is speaking as well. Now, we can have this program via Zoom. Zoom is being operated by an organization. We saw our videos on the Facebook, YouTube, and the rest of them.
He's gonna come back to Randolph. He's having an issue also with the connection and also the power behind. So he's gonna join us very shortly. So, but I'm going to use this time to welcome and appreciate all our great leaders on this platform. Mr. Adela Jatobi, thank you so much for joining us. Ambassador Agnes, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Ambassador Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Ogunbowale, thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Samina, thank you so much for joining us. Ambassador Temitope Odetunde, thank you so much. Who else is here? Oluwatobi Oyedemi, thank you. Dr. Wow, Saja Vasudeva, thank you so much for joining us. Ambassador Dr. King David, we appreciate you, sir. Mr. Green Albert, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Shoeton Taiwo, thank you so much for joining us. I believe I've mentioned most of the people on the platform, and we're on financial intelligence. And Mr. Olaniyi Odukoya has been teaching us for the past 1 hour as well. And I believe he's going to join us shortly, if to just to round up, and he'll be able to give us the assignment for his own tenor. Mr. Olani is supposed to teach us on Wednesday, but because of the other commitment, he was not able to. And that is why, even though he sent his video, but his video wasn't clear, so that's why he offered to teach us this morning. And I believe that he will join us shortly. If not, I believe we've, for at least for almost 45 minutes, we've listened to him about the budgeting, because I think he really emphasized on the budgeting and saving, which is very, very important. If you miss it out, we're going to have upload the video on yyci.tv so you can watch it again and again, and also answer the questions and submit your assignment on time. Okay, for today we have Professor Dr. Suprata from India. He's going to join us few minutes time, and he will also continue where he stopped on artificial intelligence. But last week, I don't know if most of you joined us last week, we were given an application on a cap duty or something like that. And on that application, he also gave us his own assignment for us to choose a topic and also use that application to find out what to do to write that topic, the information, what you need to share, another thing. On that application as well, there's been a series of short courses, which if you're interested, you could have joined and do the short courses. And guess what? Once you do it, it's about part 1, 2, 3, 4. They will also give you certificate for doing those short courses, because the reason is that it's a practical thing and it will help you in any other presentation that you want to do applying artificial intelligence. Okay, so that is why that assignment is